Oh, G Funky Boxing. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. Saul Canelo Alvarez versus John Ryder. Canelo gets a wide unanimous decision. All three judges' scorecards. He gets a knockdown with his nice straight right hand right on the button. In round 5, Ryder goes down. That's a good punch to throw against a southpaw. The fight overall was, I mean, I'm not going to lie, it wasn't that exciting. Ryder is not really known for his volume. Same with Canelo. Canelo's more of the counter puncher of the two. But Canelo came out and put a lot of pressure early on Ryder, had him backing up, had him against the ropes a lot of the times. And that's how he was able to bust him up. His nose was bleeding really, really bad early on in the fight. I want to say from like round 3 or 4 on is when I kind of noticed it. And it never really stopped throughout the rest of the fight. I think it was probably broken, to be quite honest with you, the way it was bleeding. And then that's why I thought that it looked like Ryder might just either say he's had enough, or the corner might, say that's it after that knockdown, because he didn't look very comfortable. But he came back and like I said, man, after the Triple G fight, the third one in Canelo's last fight, he fades, man. He faded badly in that fight down the stretch, more specifically the championship rounds. And then he did the same here, in my opinion. I started to notice he was slowing down a little bit, rounds 8, 9. I still gave him those rounds, but the only rounds that I gave to Ryder were 10, 11, and 12, the championship rounds. To me, he was the busier guy. He looked the fresher of the two, and he was landing the much cleaner shots. Canelo's defense was not very good tonight, in my opinion. We didn't see a lot of that upper body movement. We didn't see a lot of head movement. Not a lot of parrying and countering shots, mostly just catching and shooting, which is something he does often. But to me, he just doesn't look the same. And he's fading down the stretch of fights. This is 2 fights in a row now. And, I think that there's some, he might be leaking some oil, and it might be time to, look in the mirror and say, hey, man, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I've been saying this for a while, that he's possibly on the decline. He's been fighting for a long time, man. Fighting for a really long time. Over 15 years now he's been fighting as a professional. So, this is to be expected around this time. And we'll see, man. He says that he wants to make the fight with Bivol first. I think that's a bad decision. I don't care if Canelo fights him at 168, 175. He's not beating Bivol, especially the way that he looked tonight. He might get stopped in that fight. They asked him about David Benavidez, who was his mandatory in the WBC. He says, we'll see. He can fight anywhere, which is true. He's a free agent. So, this whole talk about it has to be on the zone stuff is not true. So we'll see, man, where he goes from here, man. But I'm hoping for the Benavidez fight. I think it's a much better fight, and it's a much bigger fight for boxing. So that's all I got, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. This is G Funky Boxer. I'm out.